Today I have a very special guest who is going to take us down the journey, and I'm going to allow her to introduce herself.
Hi, our lovely viewers. My name is Daphne Chire, CEO Legit Impressions Limited. Glad to be here. Legit Impressions Limited has been in business for the last 5 years. Yes, we celebrated 5 years on the 6th of November. We deal in cakes, we do decor, and then also hampers.
Thank you so much, Daphne. You're very welcome.
Thank you.
So, firstly, I would like to start by asking, how did Legit Impressions begin? What was the motivation? Like, how did it come about that you woke up and did this? Usually after campus, people want to venture into office work and building their career. So, just tell us more about how all this began.
Okay. Uh, Honestly speaking, how legit started, I don't really have the way it real proper started. Yes, because personally, I had a full time job at campus, which I did for 2 years. I was working with an organization called Somerset. It was a Google project. Yeah, so from there, I was like, okay, I realized I couldn't manage office. Yes, it had really reached me there. Yeah, so that is when, of course, now that was my final year, so I will concentrate. Then, yeah, I did my last sem, that was in May. I always had the passion for baking, like so much. But the time to do it was the problem. But now, since I had resigned, I had the opportunity. So I went on to train with Jimmy Sekasi, that is in Kavalagala. I did the training for 1 month, and you know how God would have his thing, like you know how things happen with him. Immediately, I started posting. So whatever I did in school, I would post like on my WhatsApp status. So the more I posted, the more people were like, "Oh, W is doing cakes," and that is how I got clients, and that is how we started. I did not start, of course, like of course, as you start, the cakes are not so much of quality. You get it, eh? But having people who believe in you and who are willing to go all out, like, and support Daphne, like, for who she is. So those are the people actually I think who have really pushed me. So people would buy cakes even when I have a funny handwriting on the cake, when the designs are, still fake. That's the best time, by the way. But they would still take them on. But then the good thing with me is I would always also ask for help with the people who know, especially my teacher. I would always say, I have gotten an order, kindly give me a hand. And he was always willing to help, of course, at a fee, which I did. So for me, it wasn't about the profit by then, but satisfying a client. So that is how actually the baking started. And for Deco, I've always loved parties. Like, I just love events. So how we started that was that I would always look for stuff when it's someone's birthday, when it's okay, any event, name it. I would always be down to move around, look for stuff, make it happen. So all of a sudden, one time I post. It was my sister's bridal shower. So I went, got stuff, and I did it myself because I actually didn't have the money to pay a decorator. So on organizing, like, and the moment I posted, everyone is like, "Daphne, can you do me such a service?" I'm like, I'm all here. So that is how I think that also the deep was started. I started organizing. Before you know it, we are here 5 years.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
impressive. That's very impressive. You said something about customer care and how your initial plan was to satisfy the client and not necessarily to make profit. I believe in the businesses that we have in Uganda, in Kampala, as a whole, business people don't really see the importance or the aspect of the customer care part. What advice would you give to the entrepreneurs out there? Why do you think it's important and why was it important to you, and how would you say it has contributed to the growth of your business?
Okay. First and foremost, you need to understand that business, however much it is your business, you're just a steward. I'm Christian, yes. So I personally know that the Lord has placed me in this business, and that I'm just a keeper, I'm just a manager, I'm just a steward, and He is the owner. That means whatever I have to do like in a way of
Doing unto God.
I'm doing it unto God. That is Colossians. And then the love I have for the business, I really, really love legit. You see, even when we were celebrating the 5 years, for me, it was more like a birthday for me. You know, you're real seeing how far the Lord has brought you, but at the same time, making customer the center of this whole thing. You know, at the end of the day, someone has really gone out, they've worked so hard for their money, they're celebrating their child's birthday, they give you the money, and of course, the expectation is high. A good quality cake that looks good as well. So the moment you understand that this person is coming from far, the best thing is to actually give them value for money. You know, and us, especially us Christians, you know, the fact that we have the heart for people, we have the heart for God, we are so pushed into doing things that you know the Lord is going to bless.
Yes.
You know, each time you do things unto God, each time you do quality work and all, trust me, the Lord actually blesses that work.
That's true.
Yes, and then loving the business, loving God's people. For me, every client who comes to me, every referral I get, maybe from social media, from a friend, trust me, I'm like, who am I that among the thousands of bakers we have in Uganda, in Kampala particularly, the person has chosen me. So that means I have to go all out and please them. Honestly speaking, it's not easy. It's not that I do it like maybe 100% or maybe 100% of my clients are all satisfied. But the fact that majority of the feedback is good, it's really, really encouraging. So what I must say is that if entrepreneurs can love the business, like the way you would love your child, you know, yes, of course the business is more like your child as well. Even when you're nurturing it, even when you're investing in it, but the business depicts who you are. So, because if you're a person of excellence, it will show in your business. If you love it, it will show, like it will show in whatever you do. So, even the time that you give it, once you love something, you give it time. You know. So even when I'm working on a cake, there's sometimes when things don't come out. Yes, like you do a cake, and honestly speaking, it doesn't come out well. I have actually, I think I can give a scenario of. There was a client of mine, a very good client, who ordered for chocolate. It was chocolate cake with peanut. Okay, more like a chocolate peanut, but peanut butter cake. And you see, peanut butter is oily. It so happens that of course I put my ganache, and you know, the cake, honestly speaking, was looking so tasty. But the unfortunate bit was that the oil was a lot from the peanut butter. So the delivery guy on what on deliver like on his way to deliver the cake, the layers slide, you know. So when the layers slide, he calls and he's like, he calls me Auntie Daphne. Auntie Daphne, the cake has gotten issues. I think I should I continue or I come back? So I'm like, please just bring it back and I see what you do. Oh my God, of course I redo. Then this time I'm like, you know what? Let me go on this border so that the cake reaches well. It was going to, Protea, and we're already late. The party was about to start. The client was frustrated. So this time I actually carried myself behind. And I was so positive it was going to reach. Guess what? I had think I just reached like golf course. It slides again. Like I was so frustrated now. There's nothing I was going to tell the client. So what I did, I just called him and I'm like, I know you've ordered for this, but is the Black Forest okay? And he's like, it's okay, it's okay. I'm like, I got an accident, so you know. So what I do, I rush to Sheraton. I just buy an already made cake, bring both of them. Actually, I brought both of them to Protea, and I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? Let the girl cut the Black Forest. And for this, since this is what she wanted, let me cut her for her so that she gets a taste of what she actually wants. And then the other, I just sliced it and, you know, gave it out there. But at least at the end of the day, the client got cake and a good looking cake, you know. So these are the sacrifices that you make when you love your client, when you love the business. Yes, and of which, of course, I take you back to God. This is what Christ will do as well. Yes.
Wow, that's an amazing story, an amazing journey that you're taking. So what I would like to also find out from you is, how did you deal with the negative talk and the self-doubt that came with launching out into your own business?
Personally, I didn't get it.
You didn't experience.
Yes, I did. Okay, I thank God. I thank God I did, because oh my God, I have very supportive friends. Very, very supportive, who believed in me like from day one, and that helped a lot. They were posting me so I would get referrals and all. So honestly speaking, I actually did. But if there is any person out there, I think, who is going through that, I must say, like, do you, like, you believe in yourself, like you see, when you believe in yourself, it's very easy other people to believe in your dream as well.
That's true.
Yeah, but so for us to actually make it, we need to believe in ourselves. And all of us who are out there who are going to watch this, if a friend of yours is launching out something, kindly support. Yeah, so I can't really talk much about opposition and all, but for me it was really such a beautiful thing. But as I can also say this, that I know these things have to happen, because business cannot be the same from January to December.
Yeah.
So somehow you just have to create ways of, if I told you in the off maybe, like, what do you do about that time that you're not so busy? Are you reading books? Are you engaging in trainings? Are you, just find something to do to keep you as you're waiting for the season. But as well, somehow even in the off seasons we work. Yeah, so okay, I know the person maybe watching this is maybe saying, how do I leave my job and go do business?
Yes.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. But I must say this: at the beginning, the fact that I had a job before, so I had some money.
You had said
Yes, I had saved some money, which helped me in paying for training, get some things that I started with. Yes, like I bought a turntable, I bought knives, I bought a hand mixer. So at the training school, we were doing everything manual, and it was hard life. So for me, the fact that I had some money, of course, I had to make my life softer by buying some of these things. So yeah, that is how I started. So if at all you have a job, maybe save up something for capital, but then you can never be fully ready to come out. Yes. Yes, so that's very important. So you come out, like, and start over how please start. If it means maybe, okay, I see the young people are on pressure. Are on pressure to do what? Or like, no, like to leave home. I personally first worked from home. I used mom's oven. And then of course had other things like that we used from home. So which also helped me. So many times, don't be so much on pressure to leave home when in actual sense it can be your first ground, like, to work. So maybe you can use that space to work, and as you do the deliveries. The good thing right now, we can actually do online stuff.
that's true.
Yeah, so you can work from home, deliver, like that. So at the end of the day, we don't really have an excuse for not starting.
Thank you so much. I think they are very wonderful insights that are being shared here. My lovely viewers, I hope you are taking notes. These are very serious things, and I'm really grateful that we have Daphne and she honored the invitation. So Daphne, there's something I would like to know. How did you deal with, what would you say were the mistakes that you made at the start, that now you look back and if you had an opportunity to share with entrepreneurs, which you do now, you can share them and you're like, yeah, I made this mistake. Yeah.
The major mistake I made, I look back to, and I really regret, was marketing. Really, I was so comfortable with the referrals. Even when friends would push me, stuff in post. Like, it was a hard thing. Actually, up to now, I am trying to just come out of that shell. Yeah, but it was such a huge mistake. I believe maybe I would be far compared to where I am. Yeah, but that's a huge mistake. So I advise, once you've started, post that work. Even if it looks vague at the moment, like, just post it. Maybe someone out there will appreciate it. Because many times we are always looking for the perfect picture. I personally would say, no, that cake has a flaw. No, I want to post it as I'm waiting. But remember, time is going. Other people are keeping on, like, people are joining the business and all. So the best, I believe, if I had posted much earlier, I believe maybe I would be far. And then which other one? I think that is actually
major.
the major thing, yeah. Because marketing is actually the blood of the business.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow, thank you so much. That's actually a very important point. As a marketeer, I will tell you that it is very, very important. It's a weakness I've seen with so many entrepreneurs. When it comes to marketing, they are so relaxed. And what's funny is that most of the entrepreneurs that are very comfortable about not marketing their products are actually the entrepreneurs that have very unique stuff. So I also vouch for what she's saying, and I'm telling you, it is very important to market. You assume people know you, they will not know. They will not know what you do until they see it, and they will not have trust in you if they have nothing to look at.
Thank you.
Yeah, so that's a very key point. Thank you so much. So now I would like to know about your team. How do you manage to keep your team together? How do you manage to get the best out of them? Because we know when you're working in such things, you need a team that you work with. So, what would you say are your strategies you use to build a great team and get the best out of it?
Personally, okay, the fact that I do different things for the baking bit, okay, and this is better now to encourage someone out there. For the baking bit, I first actually didn't have a baker. I would do everything myself. I would bake, I would decorate, you know.
Wow.
Not until, of course, with growth, you're able to even employ someone to bake. Yeah, so I have a baker, and then when it comes to the finishing, I do decor of the cakes and all. So in the event that I'm unavailable, there is always someone to fill in the gap. That's what I do. Yes. So
Delegate.
yes, I delegate. Now, when it comes to the events part, that's the real big
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
To carry on that event, because of late actually we begin these events as early as Wednesday. Yes, so you have a team that this one is working on CD, is working on the CD, this one is working on the floor, this one is working on the draping, this one is a lot of people. But one of our core values is excellence.
Wow.
And personally, okay, I have still another weakness, by the way, of delegating still, because I am a hands-on person, and then the fact that I love flawless stuff, I always ensure I'm there. I want to ensure like the seeding. Is there anything that someone can look at and question? I hate being questioned.
Yeah.
Like I don't want someone to come and then, Daphne, why didn't you do this? Oh my god. So I try to avoid the questions. So I start to question myself. So the moment I look at the work being done, I'm like, okay, no. Here, no, it has not worked. No, the cloth you brought is not clean. Okay, now the good thing is the team has gotten out to understand me and appreciate me. Of course, at the beginning it was hard. So I've also had these comments on site where they're like, "It's better you don't do that before she comes, because you're going to end up repeating it."
Yeah.
And it's because now they've understood that I want things a certain way, because it's so bad. Like for a client to come on the last day and it's like, is this really what you had to offer? Yeah. So as service providers, like we need to question, like what would the client question on this kind of event? When you have draped, are you using clean stuff, or the linens? Are you using clean linens? The flowers. When I sit on that table, I look at the napkin. Is it clean? Is are the glasses clean? Like all those things. So those are some of the things that have actually helped me. I am so keen. And in that, it has also caused me losses at the end of the day, because, of course, the people we work with are different. Not everyone has excellence as their core value, because you're going to send, maybe people are going to print for you, because we deal a lot. We have now a lot of NASA work.
Yeah.
Because now we do board work, and also we have a lot of printing going on. So now with that printing, sometimes someone can send you, like maybe with mistakes in a client's name, and you know what, you have to repeat. Yes. Now imagine repeating. That means money. So how many service providers are willing to lose that money just to be able to, to please a client?
That's true.
Yeah, so it is very key, if at all we could it is very key for us to go all out. So for me, it has really been one of the things, and the team has been able to understand that Daphne wants things this way. You know, like I want things clean, I want things to be organized. Yes, by the way, because I've actually had this scenario. You know, many times we always tell you the good side of things, and we never just see what happens, like the negatives. There is this event we had in December. We had, and the unfortunate bit, it was right after Christmas, so even the suppliers were out of town. I remember we had tables that are white. We had outsourced white tables, but then they were not proper white. So I thought I was going to. I thought I was going to go buy sprays and spray it white so that it's sparkling white. Oh my god, I went, looked for it all over and all, NASA, nothing. So, but then to a normal person, okay, the usual, some people it would be a normal white.
Yeah.
But this client comes and is like, Defi, I want white to be white. It is either white or white. You get what I'm meaning? So we ended up even covering the tables. Imagine, with linen. Yet these are the tables that are meant not to have linen. So yeah, that each time I actually remember that scenario. Like even when I have a client who is not minding, me, I will mind. I'd be like, whichever person that has come to attend the function, because I keep telling the team, every person who has come to attend the function should, whichever type of person they are, even if they're the types who don't mind, even if the types who mind, all of them are actually worked on. They all get to appreciate. Because I believe from there, that's where we get more work. Yeah, so I keep on speaking to them. The good thing is now they've gotten to know me and what I want. Yes, because I really want to do something and it is all perfect. Though we can never be 100%, but at least try to have that 85%. Yes, for the event. Yes. And the other bit is that once you have a team that is happy, they're able to work.
I think that one is very important.
Yes.
So
having a team that is happy, that means when making sure they're not hungry. Yes. Ensuring that they are fed. That is one. Ensuring that you don't shout at them, because these are adults. Many of them even have families. So don't shout at anyone. Address the situation. Be like, you know what, Gloria, I've not liked this. Is there any way we can go around this? What is the solution? What can we do? Should we remove it, or should stuff like that? So treating them well, and then also understanding them. There are certain times when we deal with a lot of pressure, when you have to deliver in such a short time, and sometimes when you find someone dozing, so you're like, you're not going to come and shout at people. So yeah, the best thing is to really talk to them and be like, people, we don't have time. If it's possible, take rock, boom, and keep awake until we finish this work. Until we finish this function. So having a happy team, pay them well. Payment is key. I have seen service providers who are able to even walk away with 2 million, 5 million, and more. And when the people you have worked with, oh my God, they are lamenting. That is so bad. As the person, as the head, I don't like calling myself the boss, but
team lead.
Okay, as a team leader, thank you. As a team leader, understand that if at all the economy is hard on you, that means it's hard on them as well. If fuel prices are high for you, that means they're also high for them. Yeah. So try to understand and be so understanding. And then for me, I have this thing that I don't want to go rich alone. It gives me pride when I see actually a member that I am working with go. Yes, because many of them also have their side hustles. So when you find them also doing great, maybe they have another gig. Actually, it should be your happiness that this person is also growing. You see, because if at all you're growing alone, are you really a leader? You're actually not a leader. So the best thing is to have this in mind. Grow as your team grows. Grow financially as your team grows. Ensure that they're also learning and that they're learning something that is going to make them grow. So for me, I want the things that I really shout so much about is how they dress, how they present themselves. So these are ways I believe that maybe if I say something, I'm planting a seed in their life for their later growth, but also they are my friends. It's not just a team. Yes, I try to radiate Jesus, because I believe this is what he would want us to do, to love. Are they going through something? Is someone sick on site? Are you really going to let them just be sick and not even take them to hospital? So this is very key for us as team leads, especially service providers. Many times it's like as if you're just using them. You're just using people. You're not adding value to them. So are these people, in case of a problem, can they actually call you and be like, Gloria, I have a problem, this and this, maybe I have a sick mother? Are you the type of person who can be like, let me maybe spare 50K, let me spare 100K and send the person? So like making the team your friends, even when a gig comes and maybe they are busy, trust me, they'll turn up because they believe that they are part of you. You're not just a boss, but they believe that they're part of you. You make life easy. You even joke on site with them. As in just having also a good atmosphere, a good working environment, which is not filled with tension. But let love be in that room. Let understanding be in that room. Trust me, the work will be easy.
Wow. I'm learning so much.
Thank you.
Wow, I'm learning so much. So I'd like to know, what is it about being an entrepreneur that you really enjoy the most? Yeah. And what's the tricky part about being an entrepreneur from your perspective?
For me personally, the things that I've really enjoyed is dictating your time, dictating your schedule. I can just wake up today and be like, I'm not going to town. That's the most video.
I want to be like you when I grow up.
Yeah, dictating your schedule is amazing. Like I get to be like, today I want to go to town. I'll go to town, do this, do that, and then return. And then also it has helped me have time for things. I have time for my nieces. I have time for church.
Yes.
I have time for my spiritual life.
Yes.
Which at least I'm seeing I'm seeing it grow so well. And then also the fact that also dictating how your money is used. Yes, and then you get peaceful money. I don't have to wait for the end of the month, that to get some money. But at least I'm able to, like some cakes come in on a daily, so I'm able to get money and financial independence. It's so beautiful having your own company. Yes.
I know.
Yeah, and being a blessing, because from this, honestly, you're able to bless from this. So I have loved that. So for me, it's about the time I'm having, because I've ever worked, so I know what it means to have a job 8 to 5, 8 to 6. Like you're just working for a person, and then also being an entrepreneur, it's good. You're thinking for yourself.
Yeah.
I know it comes with a lot of pressure, because if you don't work, you don't eat. Which is unlike the work environment whereby
You're comfortable.
you're like a salary will come in. So this is different. Yeah, so but then the fact that you're able to think, like strategize and be like, now where is legit going? Where is legit going? Like that pressure. The good thing is you're not pressurized for another person's business. The beautiful thing is now it is yours. Like
Yes.
it belongs to you. And then for me, I believe that even our children are going to take over this.
Wow.
I pray it's a generational thing. Yeah, so at the end of the day, I know I'm putting in this effort, but I'm actually going to see it. But many times, you see, when we're in jobs, you put in all the hours, but for someone else.
You're building someone else's
You're building
vision.
someone's vision, yet God has actually given you your own. But of course, I believe still there are people who are blessed to actually be in those workspaces.
Yes.
You're blessed to be an auditor, you're blessed to be an accountant, and maybe that is where God has placed you in that we call it the marketplace, like in order to influence, in order to
Yes.
so. But if at all you have this feeling that God has called you to be an entrepreneur, there's so many beautiful things out there. We are able to create impact, through our products. I'm able to bring happiness, like to people who buy the cakes. The joy of when a client sends you feedback. Oh, the cake was so tasty. For me, I'm like, now I've made it.
Yeah.
And then we go and we go do decor for different events. You know, the moment I see a place transformed, like it brings that satisfaction, eh? And you know the Magole are all, hey Daphne, thank you, you made that one day with you. You know, like we can never forget this. It has been so amazing, like honestly speaking, and I've taken also this to be ministry. God has placed me in the happiness. May I call it happiness ministry? That so I contribute to happiness. You know, people eat cake and are happy. I personally love cakes. I eat cakes up to today. So when I eat cake, I'm happy. You know, so I'm believing that also through this, I'm bringing
Spreading
happiness.
joy.
I'm spreading joy. And I also do hampers and stuff. So I am in the business of surprises and all. So I also love it when someone is surprised and is happy. Yeah, so spreading the love. So that is the thing. Yeah, so those are the things I've been able to enjoy. But now the tricky bit, how we have people who don't pay. I personally have some clients who have eaten my money. Yes.
How
but-
do you deal with that?
Oh my god, it has been tight. You know, you get frustrated, you get depressed. You know, you worked so hard, and that means by the time you have a huge balance, that means you have even touched your own money. But but that was at the beginning mostly when I still believed that that is when I still believed that people are good.
A bit naive.
Yes, that is what I actually believed. So it was so bad. That was 2019, by the way. Most of them are from 2019. Yeah, but I learned it the hard way. So right now, most times I go on site 100%, fully cleared. Yes, and until those who maybe are like, oh, Daphne, can we maintain some money for security? At least I maintain like 10%. So that 10%, I'm like, okay, I get it immediately. Work is done.
Yes.
In the morning of the event, I look for the person in charge, be it the chairperson, the treasurer. It's the person I actually talk to and be like, oh my balance, because
My
I don't want to go back to that, you know.
Yeah.
So I encourage people, and our clients, please and please, please. Pay up that money, because you see, when you do not pay, you're actually starting on the wrong note of your marriage. Imagine you entering such an institution and you're not paying, so it's really a bad thing, you know. Those are curses.
Integrity.
You know, those are curses. So I encourage people to pay, and then service providers, do your best to get your money before the event actually starts. Yes, it helps. Yes, and that's the most tricky bit. And also, of course, like sometimes we have those off season when business is not coming in. It's so tight. It's so tight, honestly speaking.
I'd like to know what do you think makes you stand out from your competitors? People in the fellow fields that you're into. What do you think makes you stand out?
Okay. Personally, I really put my heart to it. Customer care. I know that's one of my big strengths. And then I'm a person of integrity, and I'm so good at communication. Like even when stuff is not going so well, trust me, I'll communicate. I remember an event we had. Actually, we're going so far. We're going to Mukono. All of a sudden, I was supposed to outsource some kind of lanterns, and then the service provider, the supplier, is like, I can no longer give you this. Imagine, like on the last day, and the last minute, I can no longer give you this, but this is what is available that you can take on. I had nothing to do, you know. But then the good thing, what I had to do was to call and inform the client and be like, there's going to be change. But this is, and then the client was like, Daphne, I hope that's the only change. I'm like, honestly speaking, that's the only change we're going to have. So that bit of integrity has really, really been so helpful. Because, by the way, trust me, service providers, I am one, but I can attest to it that they are funny. Like some people behave so funny and very unethical, you know. Like it's so depressing and all, but somehow for me, I have used it as a strength, because I then listening to your clients, trying to get feedback is actually very key, and it has been so good. A client feels that actually it's not just about the money. Now it's a relationship that we are building. Yes, so it is something that is a strength that I believe some others don't have. Yes, and that is integrity. And then, for me, I pray for my clients. Wow.
How?
Yes, like
Yeah.
so what I do, because I've told you already, I see this as happiness ministry. So I tend to pray. Like as I do the icing of the cake, as I'm at an event, I'll go around the tent speaking life into that marriage that is going to start. If it's a birthday, I'll speak life to the birthday person. If it's a bridal shower, if it's a baby shower, speak life to the child that is coming into this world. So for me, I believe some clients may never get to know. Yes, but there's some clients I've prayed with, especially the Bagole, the bride and the groom. Sometimes when we meet, yeah, like afterwards we pray together. I believe it's something, I don't do it for them to maybe trust in me so much, but for them to know that God is actually with them. Preparing a function is not easy. It takes a lot. It drains them. Sometimes even some of them end up, exchanging, words. They're about to get married. Some even fall out at that time. But as a person in this, like I believe it's a time for me to actually hold them together in what? In prayer. So many of them have found it such a beautiful thing. And yeah, like I've ever had a client who broke down because things are not going so well. But when you hold their hand and you're like, let's pray, let's believe God, the God who started this whole thing is going to finish it. Trust me, like it has been so beautiful. They give you feedback up in your prayers. So, and then then the other bit is I don't stop at just giving you a service or a product. We be friends. Like sometimes I even check on them. Some of them maybe it has been a baby shower. Like you check and see, hey, did they give birth and all? And then after the function, some actually become friends and they become repeated clients. Before you know it, you're even part of their lives now. They have a child's birthday, you're even invited.
Wow.
Yes, so for me, it's not okay. It's a business, but at the same time, it's I don't know. God has given me the opportunity to be in people's lives. Yeah, and that's why I have so many friends because of the business. Yes.
Woo! I feel like we need a part two of this. So prepare. I'd just like for you to give a word out there to the entrepreneur who is at the brink of maybe losses and they feel like giving up and handing in the towel and just going back to the corporate world. For one that hasn't started but knows that they need to start but need the courage, just a word to them, encouragement, wisdom.
I think I should look into that camera.
Yes.
Okay. I advise to give up. Entrepreneurship is such a beautiful thing, but of course, everything beautiful has its thorns. Like, of course, just like the rose, it has the thorns that come with it. Yeah, so get to understand why you started in the first place. Like, why did you start in the first place? So, if you remember that, it should keep you going. Because at the end of the day, for me, I look at myself as I have no fallback. Like, I'm either in legit or legit. You get it? Yeah, so I either work or I work because now I have to, I have a lot of responsibilities. And then the vision that I have for legit is so big that I actually have to keep there. Yeah, so understand why you started. That is one. Then also, the relationship with your maker is key. If you actually know that idea came from Christ, came from God, came from Christ, trust me, He's going to take you through it. Even me, there are days, of course, I've been like, let me apply for a job because I would say,
At the economy.
the economy being so tight. But God is able, to take us through. And then there is a way God can bring people into your life, by the without knowing. So I advise prayer. Like people pray, entrepreneurs pray. Like even if you don't feel it, pray. Like by the way, prayer is the only thing actually I think I know how to do more than the business because I believe it's I do it more than I actually put into the business because I believe if it came from Him, it's going to sustain it. But how do keeping on what? Keeping on our knees, so pray so hard, and our God is able, to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we can ever imagine, so God is able. So prayer, know why you started. Then the other bit is seek help. Having a group. So for me personally, I'm in groups By the way, my phone, when you go to my phone, you can see a lot of groups. I'm in groups of decorators, groups of events people. I'm in groups of like Entebbe Road bakers, which I told you about. So like, these groups like hold you. You know, you're able to throw your frustrations in the group, and you're like, "Man, hey, business data, blah," you know. And then people will be like, you know, it's happening this side, but let's hang in. You know, having people you're moving the journey
support
with.
system.
Yes, having a support system is very key. So the moment you live in isolation, trust me, it is a recipe for disaster. You know, you will fail, you know. Yeah, but having people around you that are able to hold your hand. So even when you pray to God to have people to hold your hand, you know. Sometimes we call them the destiny helpers.
Yes.
Having those people around you will actually help. And then, yeah, which other thing? Yeah, keep on doing the best thing that you know. Be a person of excellence. Trust me, somehow you will fall back. You know, like if at all you've been putting, let me say, 500 grams of milk and in a cake, and it is what has been making it sweet. Because of the economy, should now what I put 300. You know, yeah. So do not compromise quality. Consistency is key. That way, if at all someone ate your cake in January, it should be the same way in December, or much better. Yeah, so that they keep on coming. And then, okay, for a person now who wants to join, please, whatever idea you've gotten, do research about it. Like, know what are the ups, the downs of the business, and please join. You don't have to have it all together for you to make it happen. Yeah, so you please join. Come on in, come join us. You know, you will see how things happen. Yes.
I've just remembered one last thing before I let you go.
Yes.
A piece of advice to the girl child out there who wants to slay and get money without working hard. And for also the kind that pities themselves and feels like, I'm a girl, I can't do that. Yeah, just an encouragement.
Okay. Oh, girl child. This era is for working. Anyway, one thing is for sure that right now, the good thing is right now what a man can do, we find ourselves also like actually we're able to do and even do much better. Because for us, whether we are so detail oriented, like we really are so detailed, so which is good for us. Yeah, so anyone out there and you're pitting yourself maybe that you don't have capital and all, kindly find a way to start. Personally, I didn't have anyone to inject in me money. Like, hey, Daphne, get the 5 million. I start from there. No. It was the idea. Like, it's the idea that came first. And the little money that I had saved up helped. Of course, family had to come in. But honestly speaking, I can't say it's really that support that I can actually talk about that. It is huge. But at least they were able to support me, you know. Emotionally, you can actually do this, you know. So that was so key. But money-wise, and honestly speaking, I didn't even actually see the need for that much money at the beginning. You know, sometimes you may think that 5 million, you can actually have that 5 million and fail to actually start.
Sure.
You know, but the fact that I was starting small, it helped me grow.
Yes.
And I was able to see where I'm actually going. Like right now, I know now for this business, I need this. For this business, I need this. And it helps you also make the mistakes and then also like learn from them and then build on them. So kindly do not look unto those men for money. For me personally, I love financial independence. Being there and I'm able to make my own decisions. Like if I want to hold this phone, how much do I need? I need 1.5, I need 2 million. Okay, I'll save it up, you know? Like believing in yourself. So if at all you want to have things on a silver plate, this life will be hard. And then also another thing that I would really like to share with the girls, definitely I live within my means. Yeah, you will not find me. that is it. You will not find me. So if at all, by the way, that cap period, I can afford Javas, I'll go eat it. If it's not, you'll find me downtown eating my food of 5K, you know? But what am I saying? Like, that will not push me to do things that I'm not meant to do, you know? And honestly, God has actually kept me that way, living within my means. If at all going to downtown, I go to downtown and do my shopping, you know? Yeah, and I've liked a top, 5K, 10K, I'll buy it and put it on and you will see a full CEO, you know, dressed in. So if at all, like, let us be realistic. you know, and without expectations and all. Live within your means. That thing is so key. It is so key. And being content. I'm a very contented person. I'll eat whatever I have to eat. Because, you know, you go on Instagram, hey, you see girls laying on. I guess, yeah, this one is in Mombasa, this one is here and all. But, you guys, if you cannot afford something for yourself, kindly wait. And the time will come. Because at the beginning, I wasn't affording certain things.
Yeah.
But at least now I have the luxury of getting certain stuff, you know, because of the time I've given it. And also keeping yourself in good, I think, is a major thing. Yeah, so it has helped me, you know, like keeping in place. Yeah, but that I know that bit of being content when I Instagram it to a speed. But kindly, I really advise you, please keep within your lens, love yourself. You know, the moment you love you, you're actually going to be contented. You know, and wait unto God. If at all he's willing to maybe bless you that kind of money that in maybe 5 years, kindly wait. You'll be able to go to these vacations, honestly. We still have the life, you know. Yeah, so for me, I'm very positive that way.
All right. Thank you so much, Daphne.
Thank you.
I'm really honored to have you. Thank you so much, my lovely viewers. Until next time, see you.
Bye. Thank you.